Cryptocurrencies have been around since 2009 when Bitcoin was first introduced, but they've really been top of mind since late last year for investors when Bitcoin prices more than tripled in a matter of weeks before beginning a pretty volatile reversal. Given the very drastic price swings, the key question in the market today is really, what is the value of cryptocurrencies, and is this price action somewhat indicative of a bubble?
Boring.
A lot of you have been asking me cryptocurrency bubble related questions, and I think we really need to dive deep and find out exactly what a bubble is. We are also supposed to be looking at what cryptocurrencies are most likely to survive a cryptocurrency bubble. We are also going to be looking at the criteria that you guys have to follow, especially when you are trying to hedge yourselves against having potentially huge losses. I go by the name of Muna, that's M-U-N-A. Welcome to Beyond 10X, where we get to talk about a whole lot of cryptocurrency related material. Feel free to grab yourself some coffee. I am sipping on a little bit of vibranium, also known as H2O, water, and we're just going to have a lovely good time. And by the way, I'm not really a financial advisor. This is not really going to be financial advice, so whatever you do, please do your own due diligence. So with that said, let's jump into the video. Talking about bubbles, we are supposed to find out exactly the characteristics which really point a financial cycle to be in some sort of bubble. So we are going to be comparing to the previous recent bubbles that we had, like for example the internet bubble, also known as the .com bubble. I'm sure some of you experienced such type of a bubble, and we are just going to compare it with the current blockchain sort of bubble. But personally, I don't really think we are in a bubble. I think we are in some sort of pre-bubble. We are in a bubble before a bubble, because for a bubble to happen, a lot of government entities, a lot of financial institutions are supposed to get in, drive the price massively high, and then crash everybody's dreams. So right now we haven't really reached that stage where everybody is talking about cryptocurrencies. Everybody is believing that cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is really going to take them to the moon. So right now we are in some sort of pre-bubble, but I really think the next all-time high is really what's going to be the bubble, if I can put it that way. So anyway, without further ado, let's just try to look at the characteristics that really describe what a bubble is, and we are going to compare it with what we are currently experiencing. So according to the material that I have for you guys, they coincide with technological or financial innovations. For example, blockchain technology is something which was recently created, like in 2008, according to Satoshi Nakamoto, the proof of work protocol and all that stuff. So this whole cryptocurrency atmosphere is something which has never ever been experienced before. So the second quality is they coincide with frenzied trading between investors and often active trading of new investors. They are vulnerable to increases in asset supplies. I really think forking is a very bad thing, especially due to the fact that it devalues the value of a particular blockchain. They may burst suddenly without any warning sign. A lot of people are also saying that cryptocurrencies are really going to go to zero. According to these qualities, right, we are in some sort of bubble. Bubble or not, it doesn't really matter, because by the end of the day, this technology is very amazing and it's not really going to go anywhere. A lot of companies have begun to adopt blockchain technology. Like for example, PayPal has got like some sort of private blockchain which is just being used internally by the company, and we also have like a lot of other big companies out there, like for example Amazon. I recently saw that they are trying to create something on the Ethereum platform. So as you can see, this blockchain technology is something which is just going to keep on improving. It's not really going to go anywhere. What we are supposed to do is find and look at the companies which are really going to end up surviving by the end of the day, because there's obviously going to be a few survivors. Without further ado, let's look at the three qualities that I really think a company, or rather a blockchain project, has to possess in order for it to survive the cryptocurrency upcoming bubble, if you would put it that way. So the three qualities that I'm talking about are: the legal side has to be very sound, the business side has to be very good as well, the technology has to be outstanding. So these three qualities are ultimately what are going to make different blockchain projects to survive. If we talk about the legal side, right, I'm obviously talking about a company which is in a very crypto-friendly environment, a company which has been properly registered registered, a company which doesn't have any problems with the SEC. The legal side has to be very compliant with a lot of organizations out there, like for example different states, different governments. And moving on to the business side, right? The business has to be able to generate profit, because by the end of the day, if you really want to survive, if you really want to expand, you have to have a very good business which really provides and produces profit. Because if you're really working on speculation, right, you're eventually going to run out of money. And when you eventually run out of money, right, you're not really going to be able to survive and pretty much get to expand and do other stuff. So your company has to be able to generate revenue. I mean, if you look at different companies, for example Amazon, Google, they've been producing profit. They have been providing services which really make it easy for them to generate revenue. When we talk about technology, right, their technology has to be very good. Bitcoin has been able to survive all these years because you can't really kill Bitcoin. You've got a lot of different developers from different parts of the world simply creating and adding to the Bitcoin ecosystem and just really making it survive and thrive. I really hope that makes sense. And the other thing that I really wanted to talk about is I really think a lot of different cryptocurrency or blockchain projects are not supposed to have like some sort of face. Of course it does help to some extent, but by the end of the day, especially if we are striving to achieve decentralization, right, you don't really want a company to be represented by one entity. Like for example, do you guys remember when there was a rumor that Vitalik Buterin was sort of killed and he was dead? Do you remember what really happened to the price of Ethereum? The price of Ethereum really drastically dropped. I don't really like it when a blockchain company has got like one person who's the face of that particular company, because whatever happens to that person ultimately is going to trickle down to the price of that particular asset. So it's very good for us to have some sort of technology which doesn't have a face, where a lot of different creators, a lot of different developers can just add to the value of that ecosystem. But of course, this is business. Somebody has to take charge and just be in front and be able to do different stuff, because by the end of the day, we need to have business-minded people. We need to have people who've got the experience. But this is where the dilemma comes in. I really want to find out exactly what you guys think, especially when you are, or rather when you have invested in a lot of cryptocurrency projects which have got like one person who is known to be the leader of that particular cryptocurrency. Like, how do you feel about it that your entire portfolio is very directly related to this one particular person, and if something had to happen to that person, obviously the price is really going to drastically fall and you are ultimately going to end up losing your money? So please let me know, what do you think about that? Having said all this, I think it's very important for me especially to give you an example of a cryptocurrency project that I really and personally think is really going to end up outlasting whatever bear market. For example, if the bear market is going to last 10 years, I really think this cryptocurrency project is really going to outlast it, and it's really going to be able to survive. However, I might be mistaken, I might be wrong. The cryptocurrency that I'm talking about is obviously Binance. So Binance has been doing tremendously well from a lot of angles. I mean, if you talk about their business has been doing tremendously well. They have been able to generate a lot of profit. They have been able to make revenue in different ways, and they have been doing extremely well. So if they were to have any financial problems at this time, I would be very disappointed, and it's highly unlikely, but of course anything might happen. But if you look at their business way of doing things, right, they have been making profit. Like for example, when listing a lot of tokens pay a huge amount of money to get listed on Binance. They have been producing profit by generating revenue from the transactions that are really happening, especially when people are trading back and forth. And if I'm not mistaken, Binance is one of the cryptocurrencies, it's one of the top cryptocurrencies out there. So there's a lot of genuine trading volume. Like if you compare with a lot of different cryptocurrency exchanges, obviously Binance is really like in the top 10. And if you really look at the development aspect of Binance, they are forever expanding. If you look at the technology, right, they are planning to introduce a decentralized exchange, I think, which is going to be ready. I'm sure you guys already saw the demo which was recently released. So that's a very good thing, because decentralized exchanges are the future. They are also going to be introducing the Binance blockchain. They're going to have their own blockchain where companies are going to be able to like build on top of their chain, and I think it's going to be more like an Ethereum competitor. So if you would ask me, I think they're trying to create a monopoly. They're trying to get their hands wet. They're trying to pretty much be out there and control the market, because in the next 10 years, in the next 2 years, it's going to be very hard for you to talk about blockchain without talking about Binance, because Binance is going to be in charge of a lot of things, and obviously they have a lot of brand recognition. They've got brand loyalty, because a lot of people know what Binance is. It has proven to be a very reliable company. So, you know, people would rather list their tokens and have their crowdfunding ventures on the Binance chain, because they know that they are going to be automatically listed on Binance. I mean, who wouldn't do that? Talk about the legal side of Binance. Binance has been fully registered in Malta, and Malta happens to be a very, very crypto-friendly environment. So these guys are very set. Nothing can really happen to their business, because they have sorted out their legal issues as well. So that's very good as well. So if you talk about the legal side of Binance, the business side of Binance, and the technology side of Binance, I think these guys have got everything cleared out, and Binance is really going to be one of those cryptocurrencies which is really going to be here for a very long time. But of course, we're going to be having fluctuations here and there. Let me know in the comment section below, apart from Binance, according to the research that you guys have been doing, what other cryptocurrencies are going to be able to outlast the bear market? What other cryptocurrencies are going to be able to survive even if the bubble gets popped? So please let me know in the comment section below. Just don't give me any random cryptocurrencies, because we have talked about the legal side, the technological side as well, and business side as well. Let's have this discussion in the comment section below. So it's been your boy Muna. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button as well, because it really does help my YouTube videos get a little bit of recognition. I guess I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit later. Be good, stay profitable, and take care.
Says she wanna rock with a nigga like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with a nigga like me. We can catch a fly. Says she wanna rock with a nigga like me.